It's Valletta. I'm doing this in two cameras because I want to repost this onto YouTube. So sorry if I'm looking in two places. Okay, so I should be doing this video on my other IG page, The Body Scientist, but I'm doing it on here because today I'm going to have a little health discussion, sexual health discussion for women. This camera is two different places. So, if you don't know me, my name is Valletta. I have a background in exercise and sports science and nutrition. And I'm also a doula. And if you don't know what a doula is, doula are women that help women in birth, help women in labor to get through it. So I'm a birth worker. I just study the body, but I am particularly interested in women's issues because a lot of research in medicine and even exercise science and sports science has been done on men. And so I'm also a sacred sexual educator, and I have been a sacred sexual educator and a women's reproductive rights activist since I was in high school, okay? And so orgasms and sexuality is very much linked to that. Hold on, let me see if I can move this camera. Hold on. I got these two cameras, and okay, this might be better. Okay. I think it's better. Hold up. Sorry. Technical problems. I need a cameraman. Okay, so when you're dealing with female sexuality, that's closely linked to that. And today I'm going to talk about a condition called Vaginismus, or it's really painful sex for women who have painful sex. And over the years of me working with women, especially with selling my 90 eggs, if you're not familiar with the class that I teach, my sensual strength training class that I teach to women, and my sacred pussy power class that I teach to women, which deal with connecting to our vaginal muscles, connecting to our vulva, connecting to our bodies and our sexuality, cultivating that, being comfortable with that. And so I've been teaching that class since 2007, so 11 years now, right? And in doing that, I have come across a lot of women who tell me that sex is painful. You know, that they almost say that they, like working with an egg could be painful to them because sex was painful. I've heard from women who have told me that when they're even having sex with their man, like they can manage to have sex with their man, but if for some reason he exits them, he can't go back in, like they just completely close up. And so that's the thing that I talk about a lot with the eggs. Working with the eggs, the goal is not to give yourself vaginal muscles that are super tight. Our vaginal muscles are meant to be elastic. Tight but elastic, not tight and rigid and stuck in place. Because from what I've heard from men, that doesn't feel good. And from what I've heard from women, that doesn't feel good, you know? So you want the tightness but elasticity, meaning that this is tight, but if I stretch it out, the muscle right here is still tight. It's still tight and giving force back, right? Still tight. And if I remove these fingers, it goes right back, right? That's what the vaginal muscles are supposed to be, elastic tight, not just tight. Now, I have come to realize that just in my own independent research of working with women, sorry, this is a message. Just in my own independent research of working with women is that a lot of women have trauma. Okay, and that's one unfortunate thing that I've had to realize. That's one unfortunate thing I had to realize in teaching my class is that a lot of women have sexual trauma, and I have come to find that a lot of times women that have painful sex may not be all the time, but a lot of times they may have sexual trauma, and they just won't open up, and that's real. And so working with the eggs can really help that, and I've seen that help women because it helps dissolve trauma. We have reflexology points. We have reflexology points in our vaginal canal. And so when we have trauma, it can, especially sexual trauma, it can cause, or birth trauma, but especially sexual trauma that can cause a woman to just close up. And if a woman doesn't deal with that prior to having children, a lot of times that comes up in labor. Women who have really bad sexual trauma, a lot of times they have a lot of problems opening up in labor, maybe more likely to have a C-section. And, you know, sex is not just for reproduction. It's also for our pleasure, for our mental health, our physical health, our spiritual health, you know. all those things. It's important to have a good sex life and healthy sexual energy flowing. So when people have those kind of issues where sex is painful and they associate pain, sex with pain, that of course is an issue. So one could be trauma, and so working with 90 eggs can help that, because it helps when you put the egg inside of you, it makes you focus on that part of your body. It makes you focus on your vaginal muscles, makes you focus on your womb, makes you focus on your pelvic floor in a way that you hadn't before. Also, eggs naturally absorb negative energy, just the shape of an egg. Mexican grandmothers use eggs, like chicken eggs and stuff, out externally to cleanse our auras and our energy fields. So eggs naturally absorb negative energy and transform energy. So you put a crystal or stone which has a property, which has healing properties and healing vibrations in itself, in the shape of an egg, which naturally will absorb negative energy, transform energy, and you put that inside of your vaginal canal, which is now massaging your reflexology points. And that helps to reset energy fields, dissolve things, move trauma that you may not have been able to get rid of yourself from just talking. I also think that dance also plays an important role to keep shaking it and working it out and getting that connection with your body. I say that all the time about dance, and I can't say it enough. Another reason why a woman could be having painful sex is from a dropped uterus. I'm on my way to Cali tomorrow to study with my girl Pankazani. You can find her on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook as Indigimama, Indigiemama. I call her a womb chiropractor. I don't know anyone like her, but I studied with her a lot of things dealing with the woman's body centered around the womb, but specifically, how a woman's uterus can be dislocated. And when a woman's uterus is not in the right place, if it's not perfectly centered, it causes all kinds of issues for women, not just physically, but also spiritually, emotionally, but definitely causes physical problems. Even if you don't believe in the spiritual and all that stuff, it causes physical problems. So I have other YouTube videos where I talk about that, the importance of womb massage, the importance of womb placement. I have YouTube videos where I talk about that. If you're a woman, you definitely want to be sure you watch it, because it's really important. And a woman's uterus can be dislocated from childbirth, but it can also just be dislocated from a bad fall or surgeries. If you've ever had any kind of abdominal surgeries, it can cause issues. So this is really important. And so, and then there's certain exercises that women can do as well that can dislocate the uterus. Now, I have a video about that as well. But if a woman's uterus is dropping, it's not in the right place, it's prolapsing, which can happen from childbirth, like I said, can happen from a bad fall. Women who've had C-sections, when they give you a C-section, they basically just throw your organs back inside of you. They don't put them back in the right place. And so that, your uterus not being in the right place, your uterus prolapsing can cause painful sex. Pankazani actually said to me that no dick can be too big. She said that if it's hurting, the woman's uterus is not in the right place. I found that hard to believe, because some men can be very well endowed, but that's what she said. And I really trust her as a teacher. So a woman's womb being dropped, a lot of women have dropped uteruses and don't realize it. That can also cause pain during sex. Another thing is infections. There are infections that can cause different vaginal infections, bacterial imbalances that can cause pain during sex. But women who are just like rigid in clothes and sex, I've known women who told me it's been like that their whole adult life. And then those women, a lot of times, if they do want to work with an egg, which I highly do recommend, they usually tell me, oh, I need a small egg because I'm so tight. And whenever a woman tells me that, I say, have you ever had sex before? Like, have you ever had a penis inside of you? And they tell me yes. Like, if you've had a penis inside of you, you can deal with a bigger egg than a small egg. And if you're that rigid and stuck in place, you need a bigger egg, because it's going to stretch the muscles out. If your muscles are too tight, you don't want to try to squeeze it some more. You want to stretch it out a bit. But it's not true that large eggs make a woman's vaginal muscles loose, because some women think, oh, if I work with a large egg, it's going to make me loose. Totally not true. It just strengthens your muscles in a different place. So right now, I have 2 eggs, right? Ding, 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 ding. Right? This is a bloodstone, and this is a golden tiger's eye. This is a large egg. This is a medium. Some people call this a small, but I call this a medium. Small egg is like half that size to me, right? See? So the thing is, with a small egg, the woman has to tune in more to feel it. You have to be more sensitive to feel it, because you look at this and you think you'll feel it, but most women, probably 95%, don't feel this when they put it in. And it's over time that the woman gets more tuned in, and the exercises that I teach in my classes can help with that. the woman gets more tuned in and sensitive to be able to feel this. And then fine-tune movements to be able to move this egg in different places, different ways, right? And that increases a woman's sensitivity. I talk about that in my videos about vaginal control and stuff like that. Check them out. Both of my YouTube videos, The Renaissance Amazon and The Body Scientist 81. Now, the larger egg is more difficult in the sense that it has more weight, it's heavier. So it challenges the woman, like it's easier to feel, but there's more weight to it. So it's more challenging because your muscles, is more stress being put on your muscles in terms of weight. And this makes you tune in more to feel. So it's good to work with both of these because they challenge you in different ways. See, this egg is drilled, this egg is not. I have videos where I talk about that too, so I won't get too much into that. So the egg can be drilled or not drilled, but you have large and medium. If a woman that is dealing with painful sex and can't open up, I would suggest, and especially if she has a partner, because some women have a partner and their partner is they feel comfortable with their partner is gentle with them. The partner can give them a nice massage, relax them, whatever music calms them down, whatever scents calm them down, whatever makes them feel really comfortable and cozy, and then gently maybe massage, and maybe they can try first with this smaller egg. But I think going for this is the best, especially if you're having sex. And you can do it yourself if you don't have a partner. You know, just get yourself and do it when you're really calm, like, and try to be aroused and lubricated. If you can do things to arouse yourself and get really lubricated, because that makes you open up. You could also use something like coconut oil or aloe vera external lube, but I feel like when you're actually aroused, you open up more than if you just use some lube. So really try to be in an aroused state, warm, hot, turned on, and comfortable. Feeling comfortable and safe. And you put the egg in the big side first, right? And your partner or you can gently, you know, like if this is the opening, you know, of your vaginal canal, gently, you know, making sure it's warm and gently massaging it for, you know, a little bit, stimulating the clitoris, of course, and slowly working it in. When a woman puts the egg in, there's a point where the vaginal muscles just grab the egg, and you feel that. Also, with a partner, the thing about the drilled egg is that you can tie a string through it so that you can do more advanced exercises. If you tie a string through it, then there's a string, you can pull on the string. So if you had the string in, that is probably good for people who have, you don't have to use a string, but for women that are really like have a problem with something inside of them, because I've known women that's just like, they freak out at the thought of it, the string could be good so you don't lose your mind, even though it won't cause you to lose your mind, it is good for you. But if you have the string, and your partner, you can gently get it inside of you, can gently get it inside of you, then you can take the string and gently pull it out. And while you try to squeeze your muscles and feel it, and it's a gentle pull. Just helping to open you up and increase your awareness. You want to include breast massage, getting your heart involved. And these are things that I teach in my classes, my in-person class and my online class. So definitely check them out. I just wanted to do a quick video about how eggs can help women with painful sex. And also steaming, bajos, as indigenous Mexicans call it, or vaginal steams, where a woman sits over a pot of hot herbs and steam, and it goes up into our vaginal canal and into our womb. That really helps to just soften you, relax you, has its spiritual benefits, helps to just get you moist. That's not a bad idea to do that prior to trying to insert the egg. I think it's a good combination, especially for a woman that's dealing with trauma or they're too tight and sex is very painful. Okay, so I will end this here. I hope you learned something. Please follow me on YouTube. Please follow me on Instagram. And if you learned something from this video, please share it. Okay, have a good day, people.